Hey, what's up? Sam Bananas here. Decidueye 7-star raids dropped last week, and they're coming back this Thursday. So 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. Eastern, they will be back, and they're going to be there the whole weekend again and end on Sunday, just like last week. Of course, last week we farmed a ton of raids on stream, and we figured out some pretty cool counters for Decidueye, so I wanted to show you guys that today, a couple of builds that we came up with in stream. A couple of these builds will actually work for a one-hit KO strat, but I've got some other builds to show you too in case you're, joining up with randos and you're not always going to one-hit KO. The shield comes up, becomes a bit harder. So let's check it out. So the first build I'm going to show you is Miraidon actually. So this is actually the one-hit KO strat that people came up with. So you have to hold a life orb, and essentially what you do here is you charge turn 1, Electro Drift turn 2. Your teammates get the boss to -6 special defense with either Acid Spray, Fake Tears, whatever. But yeah, so charge Electro Drift, if you build this correctly, will actually one-hit KO Decidueye. So it's kind of crazy. Definitely like the easiest strat that most people are using. It is a bit risky though, like if the shield comes up, this Miraidon will probably like die because you're putting all your EVs into special attack and HP. So yeah, let me share it to you real quick. Obviously our ability is Hadron Engine. Charge, Electro Drift are your two most important moves. I have Parabolic Charge, Electric Terrain. Doesn't really matter though, you won't be really using those. And so we have 252 EVs into HP and special attack, and then the final few go into defense. So, this is straight up just like a glass cannon. That's why if the shield comes up, like this is not a good option. This build is only a good option if your team like has it together and your supports are going to like Acid Spray right away. And you're gonna one-hit KO, right? That's what this build is for. Obviously you also want to have, best or hyper trained IVs for everything. Just, you need to be at 405 special attack for this to work is, just something to keep in mind, and obviously modest nature. Here's a screenshot of the build for you. If you want to take a screenie of that, if that's easier for you. Okay, so the next one I'm going to show you guys is one more Miraidon build. This Miraidon has a bit more survivability to him, so if the shield comes up, you can actually still win and not just be dying over and over. So it's similar though, you're going to still have a life orb, Hadron Engine, the only ability. And it's very similar. You're still using charge and Electro Drift as your main attack, right? So charge to set up, Electro Drift to attack. You want the electric terrain though, because it will eventually go away. Parabolic Charge is great if you just, notice that you're losing health a lot, it brings back health and also hits for 65 base, right? So it's pretty great. And so for EVs, this is our big difference here. You still want to go 252 into HP, but for special attack, I went 200 and then like 50 into defense. So something like that just gives you just that little extra bit of survivability from all those physical hits that you're going to be, getting hit with from Decidueye. The same thing for this, you want to go modest, so special attack up, attack down, nature, and best or hyper trained IVs. You definitely want to make sure your Miraidon is Electric Tera, because once the shield comes up, you want to be able to Terrasilize to just get that extra damage. It's going to be super important when the shield comes up. Here's a screenshot of the build for you. If you want to take a screenie of that, if that's easier for you. Okay, so this next one I'm going to show you guys is Bellibolt actually. So this is a fun one. I think, it's just a really great support build. He gets Acid Spray, he gets Chilling Water, which are two, Acid Spray, right? If you're doing your one-hit KO strat, Bellibolt is a great option since he gets Acid Spray. But also a great option if, you're not doing one-hit KO, the shield comes up, you can still use Acid Spray after Decidueye wipes his own stat changes. And then Chilling Water, because once the shield comes up, Taunt is no longer going to work. If you guys have a Taunt, person on the team, it's not going to work when the shield is up. So Chilling Water is just like so important because Decidueye is going to be spamming Swords Dance and you're going to need that so the whole team isn't just dying. You're lowering attack, right? At one stage with Chilling Water. So I have Thunder and Parabolic Charge. These two are, that's up in the air. I think both are good. You will be doing a bit of damage with this build too, so Thunder's nice. It's nice if you have someone on the team who has Rain Dance. You can actually switch out like Parabolic Charge for Rain Dance, but I noticed Thunder was hitting when I needed it to, for the most part. If you want to go Giga Chad and hit your Thunders, that's an option, but you can also put Rain Dance on. So Electromorphosis is going to be our ability, and I have it holding a magnet just for that extra damage. You could also give it a Shell Bell. It's up to you. If you want to switch out Parabolic Charge, Rain Dance, Shell Bell might be a better option. For EVs, I did exactly what I did for my, second Miraidon build, just 252 EVs into HP, 200 into special attack, and then like 50 into defense. So just kind of the same thing. Just like a bit into defense, not everything into special attack. That way you can just survive those physical hits a bit better. And then same thing as Miraidon, you're actually modest nature. And obviously best and hyper trained IVs as well are very necessary for this. So that's that build. I think this one is a lot of fun. It is a great support. You can also use him as an attacker. So I think he's very versatile in that sense, especially when you're playing with randos, right? You're like not sure what they're going to be doing, if their Miraidon is built right. So that way you can have that extra damage if you need it. Tera type electric is very important on this. Make sure you have Tera type electric because you will eventually need to terastallize. If you do end up needing to use him to put in some damage, you need that extra damage from terastalizing to electric. So make sure he's electric Tera. Here's a screenshot of the build for you. If you want to take a screenie of that, if that's easier for you. Okay, and this is the last build I'm going to show you guys. This is another fun one. You can do different things with Goodra. You can make it more of a support. You can make it more of an attacker than what I did here, but this build worked out really great for me. I was using it more as a support. Just like Bellibolt, Acid Spray is so important, and Chilling Water. Those two moves are just so important for supports with Decidueye. You can use Goodra for the one-hit KO strat. Acid Spray is great, and then also if you want to use Goodra as more of like a build you're using with randoms, Acid Spray again and Chilling Water are just so important for when the shield comes up. Decidueye is just going to be spamming Swords Dance, and you're not going to be able to taunt anymore once the shield is up, so Chilling Water is so important, and then Acid Spray for when he wipes his own stats and you need to lower special defense once again. I went Thunderbolt, T-Bolt as my offensive move for this. It's up to you what you want to do. You could switch this out for Life Dew. You could switch it out for Ice Beam. I thought T-Bolt was nice. You get the paralyzed chance, and also Electric Train is typically up in these raids. Most people are using Miraidon or Bellibolt, and they have the Electric Train coming out. You get that extra damage buff from T-Bolt. And then Sap Sipper as our ability is super important. You will sometimes get hit with Leaf Blade, not too often, but sometimes. So Sap Sipper will just not have you get hit at all, even though we're getting an attack boost, which doesn't really help us. It doesn't matter, at least we're not getting hit. Acid Armor, I did notice, is very important. It's a very important move if the shield is coming up. You're going to want to Acid Armor for sure. Get that off quickly, but you do kind of want to more prioritize Chilling Water with this build. I had it hold a Citrus Berry. This is up for grabs. I think Citrus Berry is kind of a good, just like all-around option for support Pokemon. So for EVs, this is a pretty basic spread. So we go 252 into HP and 252 into defense. Goodra is actually like a special defense like tank. It has 150 special defense base stat, but only 70 base defense. So that's why we just want to put everything into defense here, especially since Decidueye is mainly a physical attacker and he's using Swords Dance a lot. So we want that all into defense. I did put the extra into a special attack. You could go special defense, whatever you want to do, either or. I just noticed I was pretty much never getting hit by special attacks from Decidueye. So special attack, I think, here is a bit more useful. For this build, I wouldn't worry too much about changing Tera type. If you did want to do it, change it to whatever your attacking move is probably your best bet. So here's a screenshot of the build for you. If you want to take a screenie of that, if that's easier for you. And that's it. So that's all I wanted to show you guys for this video. There's definitely like a lot of other viable options for this. Fan Rotom I think is great, Toxtricity, and Ampharos if you're using the plus minus strat. But I wanted to keep it just kind of basic and straightforward for this. Most people are going to be doing the one-hit KO shot with Miraidon. So I highly recommend having those builds ready to go. I think Miraidon is just like, you can even one-hit KO with Miraidon alone. I have another video about that if you want to check out that build. It's obviously slightly different because you're soloing. But Miraidon's pretty much the GOAT for this raid, and the whole Pokemon community realizes that for the most part. So I think playing along is your best bet, especially if you're joining over the randos, Miraidon, Bellibolt, Goodra are all just super safe choices. Yeah, I hope this really helps you guys. I unfortunately will not be here this weekend for raids. I'm only going to be live on Twitch on Thursday. We're going to start stream at 4 to 5 p.m. PST though, so we can raid for quite a while right when the raids start on Thursday. So come through, come join in the raids, come show off your new builds. If the video helped you, please like and subscribe. It just helps the channel so much when you guys do. If the build worked out for you, or if you have any other suggestions, ideas for builds, let me know in the comments. I'm always down for new ideas, guys. Thank you again though, and I'll catch y'all later.